In September 2023, 6 federal law enforcement special agents were operating in a restricted zone in the western United States. What they reported over the following hours would be documented by AARO, the All-domain Anomaly Resolution Office, and held in classified files until the pursued release of May 8, 2026. 3 separate teams, working from different locations and vantage points, independently reported the same thing. At dusk, an orange orb appeared in the sky. Within 1 to 2 seconds, it launched smaller red orbs, 2 to 4 at a time, then disappeared. The red orbs moved horizontally away from what witnesses described as the mother orb. In some instances, one red orb moved upward and at an angle. In others, they swooped down after being released. This sequence occurred at least 5 times over a 2-day period. It is not known whether there is a single orange orb responsible for all the launches or multiple. Later that same night, 2 of the agents, designated USPER-5 and USPER-6, were patrolling a restricted area in the pre-dawn hours when they observed what initially appeared to be a car traveling along a road. It had 2 lights, one red, one white, sitting about 2 to 3 feet off the ground. They pursued it, and as they closed to within a few hundred feet, the object moved off the ground and into the open desert without changing its orientation, without changing its height, and with what USPER-6 described as zero resistance. It stopped approximately 100 meters off the road and turned off its lights. USPER-6, viewing through night vision goggles, described the object as a thin line from the back. USPER-5 described it as a ill-defined dark kite shape that had some kind of round width on the sides. In later discussion with AARO, the object was described as triangular. The agents lost sight of it within seconds. Approximately 30 minutes later, the same 2 agents, now joined by a third, USPER-7, returned to the area to respond to a report of another unauthorized object nearby. Within a few hundred meters of the dark kite sighting, USPER-5 and USPER-6 observed a kite-shaped object floating slowly, approximately 6 meters off the ground, canted at an angle from lower right to upper left. USPER-7 did not see it. Through night vision goggles, USPER-5 could vaguely make out the stars through the object, leading them to conclude it was at least partially transparent. USPER-5 attempted to use a spotlight to reacquire the object after losing sight of it. The beam, they noted, went from projecting far into the distance to stopping abruptly at nothing in particular. Then it was projecting into the distance again. Something had been there. The team was unable to relocate it. At dusk, USPER-5 and USPER-6 observed a glowing orange orb perched near a rock pinnacle in the distance. AARO later assessed the object to have been approximately 1,050 meters away and between 12 to 18 meters in diameter. It emitted no sound. It appeared to hover with what USPER-6 described as zero resistance or movement, or to be suspended. There was a possible connection between the object and the rock formation beneath it, something described as a small spindle, though witnesses couldn't clearly define it. The sighting lasted about a minute. USPER-6 described the object as similar to the Eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings, except without the pupil, or maybe an orange storm electrified bowling ball. 6 federal agents, 1 night, 4 encounters, all documented, all unresolved. Cases like these remain hidden for decades, and many still have no clear explanation. Which one stood out to you, and why? If you want to see more, the next video is on the screen now.